But it just doesn't make sense why they don't split the vote, right? Exactly. They all voted together against Rizzo. If they just put 2 on Rizzo, and then Rizzo votes for Sophie, and then put 2 on Juwan, Juwan goes home. MC telling Juwan that Sophie is putting a vote on Juwan doesn't make any sense at all. Like, she is my favorite player on the season, but she completely screwed herself out of the game. It was so easy. And Rizzo, at the end, is coming up to people with ideas and pitching ideas and saying, this is how things are going to go. If that doesn't show you signs that he is so very clearly confident that he is staying to the point where he's not going to play his idol, I don't know what that does. I know Savannah coming in with her vote shakes things up a little bit. I also hope that they realize that Savannah banked her vote because MC went home with that many votes the way that it was. Because she went home after 3 votes were revealed. She would have had, if there were 6 votes in the urn, there would have had to be 4 votes revealed because 3-3 could still be a tie. So I hope they realize that she has an extra vote now. If they really think about it logically, they would. But I don't know. This was the time to get the RIZGOD baby out of the game. And now, of course, it makes sense why he's on 50. Of course, it makes sense why he's on 50. So frustrating, so annoying, so stupid. No, and that is the thing, right? When he sits down and he talks strategy, you can actually genuinely tell that he has a pretty solid head on his shoulders and a decent view of the game, above average. But and I guess maybe this is a toxic viewpoint. You can tell me if it's not. But if you're going to be that cocky, you have to have the persona to match up with it. You know what I mean? Ozzy was like an island boy, super cocky, won all the challenges. Same thing with Joe, even though he's a piece of trash. I'm trying to think of other same. I hate the dude, not as much as Joe, obviously, but Jonathan from 42. He was a giant and he was cocky because he was a physical specimen, especially in the team, portion. But Rizzo's just this like gawky dude who flexes muscles when he has no muscles to flex. It's just a little bit ridiculous, don't you think? That's why we're together. I mean, roommates. That's why we're roommates. I don't know why I said that. It was so stupid. So are you going to stick around for the Amazing Race? Cool. I'm glad. Really? Do you know how happy that makes me? I've been waiting for anyone to take me up on watching this stuff with me. I don't really have anyone else to talk about it with, and I'm so glad that you were so willing to engage in my interests like this. Well, yeah. No, of course I do it for you too. I mean, yeah, no, not boring. Well, reality TV is supposed to be inherently entertaining. That is the whole entire point of reality TV, regardless of its reality game show or not. But I love hearing you talk about stuff. I love watching you play Animal Crossing. I love doing everything that you like to do. It makes me happy seeing how passionate you are about your interests and the fact that you're able to reciprocate that and provide that for me and also get involved in my interests the way I get involved in yours. I don't know. It's really nice. So, are you interested in, like, you're watching with me? Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. I know you said it already. I just want to make sure, double check, just in case. Ooh. You know how I feel about caveats, but I will listen. Oh, that's not really a caveat. That's just something we both enjoy. Yeah, no, for sure. Come on, I love, getting all cuddled up under a blanket. What's the difference between doing that on my own and doing that with you? Plus, it's getting colder outside. It is winter time. We're gonna be getting to the thick of it. Shout out KSI in a very brief period of time. So yeah. Now the big question is: are you going to be difficult and be like, "Oh no, I'm the big spoon," or are you just gonna let me be the big spoon? That is the wise choice. That is the wise choice. Yeah, I know you are taller, but you are still not 6'2". So there's that. Exactly. That's what I thought. So how do you want to do this? Do you want me? Well, okay, actually there's one way to do this. I get in, you get in, and I throw the blank. Okay. And, okay. Stretch out the legs, make sure that I can fit on the entire couch. There we go. All right. Get in here. Yeah. And now we drape the blanket over. Get my arms wrapped around you a little bit. All right. There we go. I did not yawn. Okay, maybe I did. There was just like an inherent level of comfort that just kind of washed over me. Don't judge me for that. Yeah, it's nice. Well, you know my dating history, and I know your dating history since we literally lived together. And, neither of us have been particularly busy. So, I wouldn't say touch starved. I would say touch deprived. Wouldn't you? Yeah. Is this okay? Do you feel comfortable? Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm like very, very glad, actually. Yeah, don't read into it. So, who do you think we would be if we were in this? Yeah. Well. Obviously, we're not Tucker and Eric. Obviously, we're not Jag and Jazz. I certainly hope I'm not as passive aggressive and patronizing as Kyland is. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you definitely. I don't know how else to say it. Unfortunately, you definitely read them to filth there. Yeah, they constantly flirt. It's kind of crazy. That is so. We are Taylor and Joseph on different teams, but like, the vibes between us are immaculate. Definitely that. Yeah. Oh, come on. You said my name there. You only say my name when you have serious things to say. And it's literally 9:30. So we are without a doubt 100% at serious hours, mind you. Oh, is that really it? No, not in a bad way at all. I agree with you. This is really nice. I don't know. Um, I really don't have an answer for you. I guess we've just been getting used to each other. You know. I mean, you literally found me off of Craigslist. So like, it would kind of make sense that we didn't, immediately gravitate towards cuddling each other, where we don't have that familiarity. So we had to build that up over time. So I guess, but I've felt this way with you. I mean, I felt comfortable with you is what I meant to say for like a couple of months now. So I don't know why we haven't done it. Maybe nerves. Yeah, nerves because, a lot of people would say that cuddling like this is specifically swooning has certain implications that come along with it. I would not be one to say that, but some people would. Okay, I know you're just being difficult now. Yeah. You know what type of implications. Yeah, I want to hear you say it. Romantic ones. Romantic implications. There are romantic implications that are very common amongst people who spoon and cuddle like this. It says whatever you want it to say. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did, though. You are playing a very, very, very dangerous game right now. Because I can feel that. Yeah, I can. And didn't really get my consent for it. Even if I am giving off quote unquote vibes. I'm not actually upset. That's not something we do until we at least have a conversation, though. You know what? F it. I'm just going to lay out all the cards on the table, right? No. We need to do this because if we don't do this, we're going to go back to this limbo thing where we both kind of catch each other's eyes and yada, yada, yada. And then we do things like this and then it builds up to this and then we eventually de-escalate it. And we're going to talk about this. You're into me, right? Yeah, it has been that obvious. I'm sorry to say you haven't done a really good job at hiding it. You have invested yourself wholeheartedly in the things that I love to a level that even my ex-girlfriends have not done. You are very clearly I don't know, unless I'm being so self-absorbed right now and I've completely missed the mark and I'm literally getting thrown out on the street, you definitely like me. And I know this because I've been doing the same thing for you, with you, and I very much like you as well. Very, very clearly. So how can you no, and then how can you say, oh yeah, that was obvious, but then you're like, oh my god, was it that obvious? So it's the same thing for both of us. So we've both been very obvious about it. Yeah. I don't know, you're like the yin to my yang in a weird way. I know I take things very seriously and there's a part of me that has an aversion for fun activities. And you lighten my load. Yeah. You lighten my day. You make things more bright. You uplift me and take me out of my grounding sometimes that I need to be out of, because otherwise I would just be working all day and just not doing anything productive. But you help me immensely. You are my best friend. We've known each other for how long? 6 months? And you are my best friend. Nobody can compete with the level of conversation, the level of fun, the level of just genuine enjoyment that you bring to my life. So yeah, it's very difficult not to fall for someone like that. Clearly. No, I'm saying clearly because you also... Okay, well, don't be teasing me right now. We need to finish the conversation before we move back into teasing territory. Thank you very much. That sounds like a Fortnite spot, teasing territory. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I said not to be, and then I broke my own role. Dang. Okay. Yeah, I know we're missing the amazing race. I already know who wins. Because Twitter spoils everything. No, I'm not going to tell you who wins because you can still enjoy it. Hey, distraction, bad. Do I need like for dogs when you spray them with water? Do I need that for you? Hey, no. That's crazy. Because I can't even repeat what you just said because I can't say that word. It's crazy. We are whatever you want to be. I like to consider myself a gentleman on certain occasions, so whatever pace you want to move at, that's what I want to do. Absolutely. And it's very clear that I like you a lot, and it's very clear that you like me a lot, so wherever you want to go with this, I will follow. Well, then we better get to it, shouldn't we? Nope. Because as great as you feel in my arms, I can feel you starting to do it again. And as appeasing and enticing and appetizing as that feels and sounds, I'm not gonna let you get away that easy. You're gonna have to wine me and dine me before we even consider any of that. Yeah, you are. Well, fine. I'm gonna have to wine and dine you before I consider any of that still. You are a dork. But that is one of the things that I appreciate about you. Oh, who are we now? It changed because, well, now, like, for sure, we gotta be Izzy and Paige, right? Exactly, two, like, people who are very clearly in love with each other, but also aren't afraid to speak their minds, but are also... Wait, what? No, I'm saying that they're in love with each other. I didn't mean that. Or at least I wasn't ready to admit that yet. So we're going to brush over it, okay? Yes, you're allowed to remember it, but you have to promise me to brush over it and only bring it up when the circumstance is right. Cool. Two people who are very clearly into each other, but also aren't afraid to speak their mind, but also provide a lot of comedic relief, but also aren't afraid to be confrontational. I don't know. I feel like that matches up to us pretty well. Well, Joseph and Adam are just the sweetest people in the entire world. I could literally spend the rest of my days doing like altruistic good acts, and there's no way that I would be able to reach the level that Joseph and Adam are on. Those are the sweetest men in the entire universe, and I refuse to hear anything else other than